Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, and our ship that was to the right of us is gone because we left the game and came back. But I needed a break and a meal and check on our falling snow in the south where we hardly ever get snow. That's why I live in the South U.S. because I don't want snow unless I go snow skiing. And I have skis on my feet. The only time I want to be around snow. So, it's cold. Even inside the house. It's not real cold, but it's cold. It's colder. And it's just that chill. Don't like it. Well, but I do like Elite Dangerous and all the other games that I'm doing right now. You can check out GFM_RDG to find out all the other games on rumble.com and YouTube. Preferably Rumble. I get a lot more help from Rumble than I'll probably ever get from YouTube. Because YouTube just don't care much for the little subscribers. They only care for the mega ones. And YouTube censors speech and Rumble does not. So I would suggest Rumble. So let's get going to A2E. It says left. And as you can tell, my tracking is kind of all over the place. It says view. It says left. It says alternate. Let's get going. It says alternate. It says zoom. It says super. It says landing. Wait for the mass lock. And I use a program called Voice Attack to use voice for key bindings. It says super.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
So we're looking for A2E. There's A2E. It's about 4.6 light seconds. Now, just yesterday, or day before yesterday, I got the email on my messages that stated that I have been given the permit, which everyone in the game has been given the permit this last week. And I kind of dropped everything and said it's time for planetary exploration, our system exploration. So checking out the system and the planets and the stations and all of that. There was 2 megaship stations. You need to watch those videos. I've already done those. And within 3 days of the day that I'm recording this video, they will be leaving the system. So I went ahead and did those since they're going to be leaving. The system is in war. That's why they opened up the permit, because they're looking for help. The Federation is at the moment winning against the local Jupiter group, looking for Sunnyside. And this is the last planet of this set. And then we'll go to A3. Slow down a little bit. That dark bluish green ring up there means we can land on the planet. So I guess we will.
Orbital flight engaged.
I think we found a destination. We look for different textures to land near. The yellow are tall, they're like peaks, and I'm not much into the peaks. But our materials are about full, so we can't gather many more materials. So it's more of a planetary exploration. Yeah, I won't let you see it. I almost forgot. Or you get to see the planet before we land, and we check it out. If I remember, we'll do the system map for this planet. It's an icy world, as you can kind of tell. And it's a little rough, kind of bumpy, hilly, mountainous. I think we'll go to this spot over here, start out there. Probably doesn't really matter. Is this alternate? Is this landing?
Landing gear deployed.
Is this down? We can use synthesis, sulfur and phosphorus to refuel the SRV if we need to. Especially since
Gravity warning.
we don't have any room for more materials. This ship.
Ship dismissed.
Send the ship into orbit and we'll recall it when we're ready to go. Is this dark? Is this zoom? Okay. As we've mentioned before, we don't really have much room for materials. We'll probably shoot a few rocks if we come across them. But not really what we're looking for. Or, well, we're looking for about anything. Is this mode? Just anything. Just checking it out. Planetary exploration. We're at A2E of HIP 54530. And we'll go to A3 and its moons. We do have a cliff over here, as you can see on the lower sensor. Woo! Going down and down and down. One of the last videos, when we called the ship down, it was on the top of the, kind of the top of the cliff. And we were in the valley, and it's like, we can't get up there. So we moved a little bit and then called it down again, and it actually was in a spot we could actually catch it. But the main thing is you get to see the planet, see what's here. We're not getting a lot of stuff on sensor. Should already have stuff on sensor. Not much. But at worst case, it's sightseeing. We have plenty of fuel, plenty of bullets, plenty of integrity, so we're pretty good. You can pretty well stay on the planet indefinitely if they've got sulfur and phosphorus and what it takes for the repeater. Is this right? See, the repeater takes sulfur and phosphorus. Okay. Fuel take sulfur and phosphorus. Hull structure takes iron and nickel. Yeah. Is this right? Is this scoop? That's if something comes up, we might can haul it in, but so far everything's showing full. So it doesn't really help us. You can see the lower radar shows us more of which side is up, which is down. I have it set to where it's always, or sort of, I mean, it's kind of always straight even if it's on the side of a cliff. You can see it through the sensors. Still don't have anything on sensor. Kind of surprising. Yeah, there's really nothing here. So we're just looking around. So far we're not finding nothing, but we're looking around. Don't have too much to go, time-wise. But there's not much here. So if you're looking to collect stuff, even skimmers, stingers, containers, trespass zones, any of that, this is probably not the place you'd want to go, but there's not much here. Is this scoop? I raised it because it doesn't look like it's going to make much difference. Not much here. And we're fixing to leave anyway. Go over to A3. Well, I do appreciate you coming along. Be sure to hit that. Ooh, it snowed just like at my house here in the south of the U.S. where we don't get snow normally. So, but I appreciate you coming along. I appreciate all of those that have subscribed to our channel, GFM_RDG. And make sure you do hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Look into the description for ways to donate, join our Patreon, find our fleet carrier, add tritium to its fuel tank and commodity market, assist ship, find out where she lands. I think we can get to about anything around here. Don't think there's a tall mountain somewhere we can't get to. It's usually within the radar space that you see there all zoomed out. Looks like it's going to be this direction. Assist mode. About 700 meters. Of course, he does put rough terrain between us and him, as usual. Makes it as difficult as absolutely possible, because that's what Frontier does. Because it's always an obstacle course, of course. Because it's an elite obstacle course, don't you know? Just like it's elite interdiction. It's to aggravate the players as much as possible. That's what they do. Well, I do appreciate you coming along. Hopefully you come along again for our next adventure. Sit down. Then we go to A3. So until then, Thank you for coming along and thank you for watching. Goodbye.